NASA said its new transiting exoplanet survey satellite space telescope has discovered its smallest exoplanet.
Also new here at 11, a Rowland Heights man says he saw a UFO.
For our last story tonight, let's talk about aliens.
What is NASA hiding from us? They've urged us to stay quiet about a strange incident, but today we're breaking the silence. We've obtained secret footage that might reveal aliens and evidence of life from other planets, proof that could vanish any moment. What if we're on the brink of uncovering something truly terrifying? Join us as we expose the truth they don't want us to see. NASA's hidden encounters beyond Earth. As we go on, remember, this is the most we can reveal because NASA is trying to keep these astronauts from telling the truth. There's a video that shows a small, preserved body in a jar, and it caused a huge stir online. Only the upper part of the body is visible, with a tiny head and a partially open mouth, a sight that the public has never seen before. This video sparked all kinds of theories. Some people think it's the remains of a creature from another planet, while others believe it might be a failed lab experiment. The label on the jar says it's from 1978, which means that if it is from another world, it has been on Earth for a long time. There's another example from Project Blue Book, the famous interview with the alien who seemed barely alive. This footage supports the idea that these beings struggled to survive on our planet. The big question is, how can these beings exist without anyone knowing where they come from? There are no scientific studies or documents that explain how to help them, leaving doctors completely confused. If these beings do arrive and die on Earth, where do they go? Are their bodies being hidden by the government? Or is this all just a complicated trick? In another case, there's footage of a humanoid with big dark eyes and a large head, hooked up to medical equipment, barely hanging on to life. As it took its last breaths, the clip started debates about where it came from. Some say it was a visitor from a spaceship that couldn't survive on Earth. There are still doubts about whether the clip is real, but the real question is, if it is real, what happened to the body? Was it studied, or did its own kind take it back? And here's another file from Project Blue Book, an interview with a being that claims to be a future version of humans. It describes itself as a calm, collected being from our own timeline and talks about a nuclear disaster that almost wiped out everything. This being, with its big head and dark eyes, also claims to have technology far beyond what we know today. Now, whether these claims are true or not, one thing is clear. These stories are mind-blowing, whether they're real encounters or just elaborate hoaxes. What do you think about these unbelievable revelations? There's something unusual happening here. A video from 1996 has been circulating online, showing what looks like an alien caught in a net after a UFO crash. This video is said to be from a well-known incident in Virginia, Brazil, where a humanoid figure is seen lying inside a container. Unlike the typical images of aliens, this one is small, tangled in a net, and has bright red eyes. While some people are quick to call the video fake, others believe it might be real. The truth about the video, however, remains unclear. Another video, this one from the Project Blue Book archives, was filmed in 1959 and suggests that during the 1950s, aliens secretly visited Earth and even met with US Army officials. Whether this is true or not is still debated, but for those interested in extraterrestrial life, it's an exciting possibility. Next, discover what these new videos reveal, exposing the Cosmic Alliance. In yet another video, we see an alien in distress, hooked up to medical cables, and placed inside what looks like a large incubator. This raises questions. Could there be some sort of agreement between humans and aliens for scientific studies? The nature of these recordings leaves us wondering. The thought of aliens living among us is both thrilling and scary. Imagine this. A huge, saucer-shaped spacecraft lands in a quiet field, and a tall, slender humanoid steps out to explore. After a short walk, it goes back into the spacecraft and leaves. This event was caught on camera by a witness who chose to stay anonymous for safety reasons. Some believe the alien was here to collect samples from Earth, while others think it's just another hoax. There's another intriguing video where an alien figure seems to be trying to communicate a message from another universe. This being with a large head and dark, empty eyes appears only briefly, and its message remains a mystery. Like many of these videos, people are skeptical, But the idea that these could be genuine attempts at communication from extraterrestrials keeps the discussion alive. Now, a more recent video has caused a lot of shock. The person who uploaded it claims to have found an alien-like figure hidden in a remote area, inside a large wooden crate and covered with sheets. When the sheets were pulled back, the being looked disturbingly human, sparking waves of speculation about where it came from and what its purpose might be. On the screen, you could barely see its outline, and its unusually large head and short body made it look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. People online quickly started trying to figure out the story behind the video. Some thought the figure looked ancient and worn, suggesting that humans might have been in contact with aliens for a very long time. Others dismissed it as fake, especially since there was no explanation given, leaving everyone with more questions than answers. The video, which some say came from top-secret sources, appeared online and sparked debates about what governments might be hiding from the public. It supposedly showed a military team at the site of a UFO crash, where they were seen taking away an alien who had piloted the ship. This set off heated discussions, with some people thinking it was all staged, while others were convinced that this was evidence of a government cover-up. If true, this could mean that the idea of aliens living among us might not be just a fantasy after all. These creatures aren't just being caught on camera. They seem to be involved in some tense situations. In remote, icy parts of the Earth, there are claims that a battleground has been set up. One video shows a giant flying saucer with a bright blue light underneath, being handled roughly. People were divided. Some believed it was real, while others pointed out the poor quality of the video as evidence of tampering. But this wasn't the most shocking part. There's more to the story. Another leaked video, said to be from a secret US military base, shows what looks like an alien having a conversation with a human. The alien, tall and looking like the typical gray aliens we often hear about, had no hair and large dark eyes. It seemed like they were communicating without speaking, maybe using some kind of mind connection. They even ended their meeting with a handshake, leaving viewers wondering if some kind of deal had been made, though no official explanation was ever given. Ready for more? The next video adds another layer, the Russian tape and the alien encounter. Adding to the mystery, a video from Russia showed a doctor moving a strange being through a hospital, unaware they were being filmed. People online quickly began speculating about where this creature came from, who found it, and what kind of tests might be done on it. With its large head and big eyes, it definitely didn't look human, leading some to believe this could be our first real contact with alien life. Of course, there were also those who quickly called it a hoax, but that wasn't the end of it. There were still more questions to be answered. Recently, an old video surfaced online showing what looks like a UFO zooming across the screen. A family found this clip while going through footage from an old camera during a family photo session. The camera caught a brief glimpse of a flat, disc-like object speeding by at an incredible pace. Surprisingly, no one there at the time noticed anything unusual. It was only much later that this footage caught people's attention and went viral. People on the internet have started calling this UFO the Zeppelin UFO because it resembles a Zeppelin airship, though it seems to be something from another world. Some people are doubtful that such an object could have gone unnoticed if it had been flying around in our skies. The video has sparked a lot of discussions, with some saying it shows an alien mothership landing, something that's supposedly been captured in different places before. The leading theory online is that this large craft is of alien origin and that it was taken and hidden by the government for study and experimentation. Whether this is true or not, no one knows for sure, but the video has definitely stirred up wild speculations, especially with all the strange things we hear about these days. In another incident, a homeowner was alerted by his dog's frantic barking to something unusual in his backyard. There, he saw 3 strange beings, one of which was almost inside his house. These beings had no faces, which made the scene even more unsettling. The homeowner, both cautious and curious, stayed inside and filmed them from a distance. This area is known for frequent UFO sightings and has been a hotspot for unexplained phenomena for years. This incident added yet another mysterious video to the list, full of unanswered questions. There's also a mysterious video circulating online called Victor's Tape, which is rumored to have been stolen from Area 51. The video supposedly shows a government telepath communicating with an extraterrestrial being. The footage has no sound, leading many to believe that the communication was telepathic. The video starts with the interview process and later shows paramedics conducting a medical examination on the alien. Some people believe this video is strong evidence of aliens and their interactions with humans, while others think it's just a clever fake. The debate over this footage continues. Not too long ago, another strange event took place in the skies over Hungary. A massive object with strange lights that rotated and blinked was seen moving through the sky. Unlike typical aircraft, it didn't speed away or suddenly vanish, which you might expect from a secretive project. This sighting led to theories ranging from an interdimensional vehicle exploring our atmosphere to a top-secret experimental aircraft from a hidden government project. This video, too, has been widely shared online, sparking discussions and theories about what it might be and why it was there. In a short video, a small creature is shown struggling to breathe while medical professionals try to help it. Many people online believe that beings from other planets can visit us in their strong spacecraft, but they seem to have a hard time surviving on Earth. Even though some say the video is fake, no one has been able to confirm the real story behind it. More footage, more questions. What will we find out? The mysterious being in the forest. Back in 1996, people in Virginia, Brazil, reported seeing unidentified flying objects and beings from another planet. A recent video from that time shows a local walking through a forest and coming across a small figure lying on the ground, covered in leaves. This figure, with red eyes and brownish skin, was thought to be an extraterrestrial. However, the video's poor quality has made many people doubt whether it's real. Some think it might be a setup, while others believe it should be tested to find out the truth. Off the coast of North Carolina's Outer Banks, a group of friends noticed something strange during an otherwise ordinary day. They saw 14 glowing orbs in the sky as the sun was setting. Everyone on the boat had their own ideas. Some thought the orbs were drones, while others believed they could be unidentified flying objects. The orbs seemed to be getting closer, but there was no news or explanation for what they saw, leaving their origin a mystery. Recently, various videos have popped up online showing what people claim are unidentified flying objects from all around the world. Some say higher authorities are hiding the truth. These clips show strange crafts being moved, leading to a lot of online conspiracy theories and making many believe that world leaders might be in contact with beings from other planets. A farmer had an odd experience in his cornfield one evening. After hearing strange sounds, he went to check it out and was shocked to see a dark figure with large, deep-set eyes, much shorter than an average adult, standing among his crops. As soon as it noticed it was being filmed, the creature turned and walked away, disappearing without a trace. The farmer was convinced he had come face to face with a being from another world, which fortunately did not seem harmful. It seems these beings sometimes appear in groups too. Another video showed two tall figures walking down a path with a woman guiding them along. Some people think this footage might be from the future, possibly brought back by a time traveler. In one video, you can see how the aliens took over humans, making it seem like our future might be in danger. Another clip from a so-called top-secret research group shows a dead alien that looks somewhat like us, but with strange features. It has ribs that stick out, a swollen belly, and a very skinny body. Its mouth is wide open, filled with sharp teeth, and it's clearly not alive anymore. If we believe this footage, it could mean aliens are real, though many people think it's just a fake. In a live interview, a woman is speaking when suddenly a man appears behind her and then disappears. There's no clear reason for why he showed up like that, making some people think he might have teleported or even been a time traveler. But others believe it was just a mistake in the video, though the person who filmed it denied that, and no one knew who the man was. Another strange video comes from a roadside CCTV camera late at night. It shows a street light acting oddly. A part of the light seems to drop down, hover above the ground, and then move quickly across the area. People couldn't agree on whether it was some kind of light-based creature or just a glitch with the camera. A jet pilot on a test flight also reported seeing two disc-shaped objects zooming past his plane with a strange light trailing behind them. As the smoke rose, it became difficult to make out the shape of the aircraft. Once the video was shared online, it quickly led to a lot of speculation. Some people thought the aircraft might be from another world, while others believed it was part of a military exercise. One person, watching from their high-rise apartment, saw a huge vessel with bright lights flying through the night sky. The person flying the vessel seemed unaware they were being recorded, and the video cut off suddenly, leaving viewers wondering what happened next. With so many unidentified objects spotted in the sky lately, some people started to think that beings from another world might be watching us. This strange sighting got people talking about the possibility of extraterrestrial surveillance. One video that caught a lot of attention shows what some believe are aliens in a forest. The footage shows one alien lying down, while another seems to be scanning the area. A flying saucer is visible in the sky, possibly their mode of transportation. Viewers wondered about the alien on the ground. Was it hurt? Was the spacecraft there to rescue it? Another strange event took place in Changgu, China, where a white, smoky object was seen moving through the sky in a way that reminded people of a dragon. This sighting caused fears of alien visitors, and even experts were left scratching their heads, unable to explain it. In another case, a man installed a home security camera after noticing strange things happening around his house. The camera captured footage of a tall, very thin figure moving around inside his home, raising concerns online about the man's safety and fears of possible alien abduction for experiments. Meanwhile, another person filmed a large, funnel-shaped object glowing brightly in the sky. It seemed to hover in place, and the intense light lit up the ground below. The shiny, metallic look of the object made some think it might be from another planet, possibly stuck here because of a fuel problem. An old video that recently made its way back online shows the aftermath of what some claim was a spaceship crash in a remote forest. A man exploring the area at night with his camera and flashlight captured the eerie scene, fueling more speculation about visitors from other worlds and what they might want here on Earth. While driving on a wet London road, a man noticed a group of small, glowing red spheres floating in the sky. He recorded this unusual event through his car's windshield, unsure of what he was seeing. Later, he shared the video online, asking others for their thoughts. People suggested different ideas. Maybe it was a group of drones, objects from another dimension appearing in our world, or just some kind of atmospheric distortion. But whatever it was, no one could explain it for sure. Back in 2008, a man in the US felt like he was being followed by something strange. His fears were confirmed when he caught it on video, a figure peeking through his window. The image stirred up both curiosity and fear because the idea of an alien looking back at you is undeniably frightening. Some people thought it was a prank, while others believed it could be a visitor from another planet. Despite many attempts to debunk it, the mystery of the so-called Boo aliens still remains. A large aircraft with colorful lights was filmed moving through the sky, partly hidden by clouds. The video quickly spread online, sparking debates and amazement. Some thought it was an alien spacecraft cleverly disguised, while others suspected it might be a secret government aircraft being tested. But the truth behind it remains unclear. Then there was a strange object captured on camera, a mysterious, brownish craft shaped like a bent figure, spinning in the sky. Whenever it faced the camera, its interior seemed empty, leading to many questions about where it came from, what it was for, and what kind of technology it used. But this wasn't the most puzzling part. No one could figure out what it really was. In Toronto, Canada, another unusual object was recorded, this time a dark, moving thing that frightened those who saw it. Some thought it could be a weather balloon, but it didn't behave like one, making that theory hard to believe. In a Russian city, residents were startled by a strange buzzing noise followed by large clouds of smoke from an unclear object in the sky. At first it looked like lightning, but people began to wonder if it was actually a craft using some advanced, nearly invisible propulsion system. The intense electrical activity left people uneasy, causing them to stay inside, worried about what they had just witnessed. In a forest, a group of explorers looking for natural wonders found something they weren't expecting. A tall figure moving quietly among the trees, seemingly unaware of their presence. The video's authenticity is still debated, leaving viewers to question if it was real or not. On a mountain hike, a group of hikers noticed strange shapes in the sky. These eerie figures, glowing with a bright central light, seemed to rotate in a menacing way. The sight left the hikers uneasy, wondering about the intentions of these mysterious visitors. Alien enthusiasts have long used old images that surfaced online as evidence of past contact between humans and extraterrestrials. These believers think there was a time when humans and aliens were closely connected, with humans following the advanced visitor's instructions. Some even speculate that these beings helped build the mysterious pyramids of Giza. If these images are genuine, they might just support the theory that humans and aliens worked together long ago. The unexpected success of NASA's Sky Crane. The mission for Curiosity, launched over a decade ago, was ambitious from the start. Figure out if the red planet ever had the right conditions to support life. Sounds simple, but every step of the way was fraught with challenges. Just landing the rover on an alien landscape millions of miles away required innovation and guts. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory came up with a wild plan, a Sky Crane system to lower the rover to the surface. It was untested and risky, but somehow it worked. Against all odds, Curiosity landed smoothly in Gale Crater, marking the start of an extraordinary path. Before we dive deeper, it's clear that what Curiosity uncovered is far more astonishing than anyone could have predicted. And this won't be the last revelation to leave you speechless. Gale Crater wasn't picked randomly. Scientists saw it as a treasure trove of planetary history. At its center stands Mount Sharp, a massive peak layered with rocks that tell the story of the ancient past. The lower layers, rich in clay minerals, hint at the presence of water long ago. Meanwhile, the upper layers contain sulfur and oxygen-bearing minerals, showing how the environment changed over time. This natural time machine has become the perfect place to piece together what the planet might have looked like billions of years ago. Once on the ground, Curiosity wasted no time. It began snapping pictures, taking selfies, and analyzing the landscape around it. Concerns that dust from the landing might mess up its instruments turned out to be unfounded. The rover was in excellent shape. It quickly got to work using its suite of high-tech tools. One standout is the ChemCam, a laser-powered device that vaporizes tiny areas of rock and analyzes the light emitted. This tool is a game changer. It identified minerals in rocks like coronation, a target zapped with a laser pulse hotter than the sun's surface. But Curiosity wasn't just about zapping rocks. It drilled into the surface, scooped up soil, and even baked samples in its onboard lab to analyze the gases released. One intriguing discovery was methane. Even though the amounts detected were tiny, methane's presence sparked big questions. On Earth, methane often comes from biological activity, life. Could this be a sign that the planet was once alive in some way? Or is it just a result of geological processes? Either way, it added a whole new layer of interest to the mission. As the rover climbed Mount Sharp, it uncovered even more evidence of a watery past. Ancient lake beds and mineral deposits painted a picture of a world that was once warmer and wetter. Billions of years ago, it might have been a place where life could thrive, even if only microbes. These discoveries have completely transformed our understanding, showing a side of the planet that's far more dynamic and complex than the cold, barren wasteland we once imagined. Of course, the path hasn't been without its challenges. Curiosity's wheels, designed to handle rough terrain, have taken a beating. Sharp rocks have left dents and holes, forcing engineers to come up with clever ways to extend their lifespan. They've adjusted driving techniques and plotted smoother routes to keep the rover moving. Despite these hurdles, Curiosity has exceeded every expectation, continuing to explore well beyond its original mission timeline. Before launch, every part of Curiosity was rigorously tested. Engineers simulated harsh conditions, flew radar equipment over Earth's analog landscapes, and tested parachutes under extreme circumstances. All this preparation ensured the rover could handle the planet's challenges, and it paid off. Curiosity's achievements have paved the way for newer missions like the Perseverance rover, which is now hunting for signs of ancient life and collecting samples for a possible return to Earth. Still, Curiosity's legacy remains unmatched. It's shown us that exploring the unknown can lead to incredible discoveries and inspire us to reach further. Even after 15 years, Curiosity is still going strong. It's more than just a machine, it's a trailblazer. Every photo it takes, every rock it drills, every soil sample it analyzes brings us closer to understanding this distant world. On its 20th day, or Sol, Curiosity used its ChemCam to zap rocks and learn what they were made of. Around the same time, its wheels left an unexpected signature. The letters JPL, written in Morse code, a clever way to measure how much the wheels were slipping on the sandy terrain. By its 26th sol, the rover had already traveled over 300 feet, proving its ability to navigate the rocky surface. One particularly interesting destination was Glenelg, a spot where three types of terrain meet. This was no ordinary place. It promised a wealth of geological data. Scientists named it Glenelg because it's a palindrome. It reads the same forward and backward, reflecting the rover's path through the area. As Curiosity explored, it uncovered more clues about the planet's past, from riverbeds to mineral deposits, each telling a story of a world that once had flowing water and possibly the right conditions for life. With its tools ready, Curiosity started digging into the layers of Gale Crater, finding one amazing thing after another. Mars rocks that hold the key to life. Curiosity's robotic arm has been a key part of its success. Equipped with tools like the hand lens imager and the alpha particle X-ray spectrometer, it's a mobile lab that can analyze rocks and soil in incredible detail. One of its early targets was a rock named Jake Matijevich, after a NASA engineer. The analysis showed that the rock was volcanic in origin and likely formed in the presence of water. These findings are crucial because they offer clues about whether the planet could have supported life in the past. Over time, Curiosity's discoveries have painted a clearer picture of Gale Crater. Rivers once flowed into a long-standing lake there, leaving behind layers of rock and sediment that preserve the history of these ancient waterways. The rover's onboard lab studied the thin atmosphere and found evidence that it was much thicker billions of years ago. A denser atmosphere could have held liquid water on the surface, but over time, solar winds stripped it away, leaving behind the cold, dry world we see today. At Yellowknife Bay, Curiosity found rocks with features that hinted at a watery past, including tiny spherical formations called concretions. On Earth, these are often formed when water moves through sediment, leaving behind mineral deposits. Some scientists even speculate that similar features here are created by microbial life. Could the planet have once hosted living organisms? It's an exciting possibility that keeps scientists digging deeper. In 2013, the planet moved behind the sun from Earth's perspective, cutting off communication for about a month. NASA prepared for this by programming Curiosity with a list of tasks to complete on its own. Even without direct input, the rover continued drilling into rocks and capturing detailed images. As it climbed higher up Mount Sharp, it revealed more about the geological history. The mountain's layers act like a time capsule, showing how the environment changed over billions of years. Lower layers show signs of water activity, while higher layers reveal a transition to a drier, colder climate. Curiosity's findings have reshaped our understanding of Mars. It confirmed that the planet once had the conditions necessary to support life, even though no direct evidence of life has been found yet. The rover has also provided valuable data about Mars's atmosphere, weather patterns, and surface processes. Each discovery brings us closer to answering the big question: did life ever exist on Mars? And what does the planet's future hold? Even after 15 years, Curiosity shows no signs of stopping. Its instruments are still in good condition, and its mission continues to inspire scientists and engineers. As it climbs higher on Mount Sharp, the rover is laying the groundwork for future missions that might one day bring humans to Mars. The red planet still holds many things, but thanks to Curiosity, we're closer than ever to uncovering them. Every part of Curiosity's path, from navigating rocky terrain to analyzing ancient lake beds, has added a new chapter to Mars' story. Take Whale Rock, for instance. This formation shows how water ripples slowed as they flowed into an ancient lake, leaving behind layers of sediment. These silt layers, stacked over tens of millions of years, reveal a repeating cycle of lakes filling and drying, rivers carving paths, and Mars' climate swinging between wet and dry spells. Each discovery is like a puzzle piece, slowly coming together to form a picture of a planet that's far more dynamic than we ever imagined. Curiosity's path isn't just about rocks and soil, it's also about understanding the risks future astronauts might face. By measuring radiation levels, the rover helps scientists assess the challenges of human exploration. Its weather station records temperature, wind, and humidity, providing a snapshot of daily life on Mars. These data points are crucial for planning future missions and ensuring the safety of astronauts who might one day set foot on the red planet. The rover's cameras have also captured breathtaking views of Mars' landscape. Panoramic shots show rust-colored hills, distant mountains, and endless skies that create a sense of vastness. These images remind us why we explore, to see what's out there, to push beyond the boundaries of our own world. Curiosity's mission is a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance, proving that there's always more to learn. Mars may be a harsh and distant world, but through Curiosity's eyes, it's a place of wonder and endless discovery. As the rover continues its path, it keeps uncovering new things and inspiring us to keep reaching for the stars. The work Curiosity started made way for a new rover that would explore even more and look deeper into Mars. Perseverance's bold hunt for life. Mars is one of those places that has captured human imagination for decades. We've stared at the red planet through telescopes, sent orbiters to take pictures, and even landed some pretty fancy robots there. But let's be honest, none of those missions really stirred up as much buzz as NASA's Perseverance rover. This car-sized explorer wasn't just sent to snap some photos or roam aimlessly. It was packed with gadgets and a mission to dig deep into Mars' past. The ultimate goal? To figure out if there was ever life on this dusty, rusty world, and maybe to pave the way for humans to set foot there someday. Perseverance blasted off from Florida on July 30th, 2020. Imagine packing for a trip so long that it takes 7 months just to get to your destination. And that destination is almost 300 million miles away. That's how far Perseverance had to travel through the cold, empty void of space. When it finally reached Mars on February 18, 2021, it landed in Jezero Crater, a spot that scientists were absolutely giddy about. Why? Because millions, maybe billions of years ago, Jezero Crater was likely a lake. Water means life, at least on Earth. So this spot seemed perfect for hunting down traces of ancient Martian microbes. Let's talk about the rover itself. This thing is massive, weighing over 1,000 kilograms and stretching nearly 10 feet in length. It's basically a lab on wheels. Cameras, lasers, drills, and even microphones. You name it, Perseverance has it. These tools weren't just for show. They were designed to scan, analyze, and collect Martian rocks and soil. But here's the kicker. Those samples aren't even staying on Mars. They're being packed into small, sealed tubes so that a future mission can scoop them up and bring them back to Earth. That's right. We're going to all this trouble to ship Martian dirt across space because studying it up close might finally tell us if Mars ever had life. Oh, and let's not forget about Perseverance's sidekick, Ingenuity. This tiny helicopter hitched a ride with the rover and became the first aircraft to fly on another planet. When it lifted off on April 19, 2021, it was a groundbreaking moment. Mars's atmosphere is super thin, about 1% as dense as Earth's, which makes flying there incredibly tricky. But Ingenuity pulled it off, proving that future missions could use drones to scout the terrain or even help astronauts navigate this alien world. Now, back to Jezero Crater. Perseverance has been busy exploring this ancient lake bed, checking out river channels, deltas, and crater rims. Every rock it studies, every sample it collects, adds a piece to the problem of Mars' history. In July 2024, it came across a reddish rock with peculiar spots that scientists nicknamed Chayava Falls. These leopard spots sparked excitement because they could be signs of ancient microbial life. But as always, science moves slowly, and more testing is needed to confirm anything. While the hunt for life is fascinating, Perseverance isn't just about looking backward. It's also testing tech that could be crucial for future human missions. Take MOXIE, for example, a clever device that turns Mars's carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere into oxygen. Yes, you heard that right. Perseverance is literally making air on Mars. This is a huge deal because it shows we might not need to haul tons of oxygen from Earth when humans finally set up camp on the red planet. Perseverance's path hasn't been without challenges. Mars is a harsh place with freezing temperatures, dust storms, and rugged terrain that would make even the toughest SUVs struggle. But this rover was built to endure. It's been climbing over rocks, navigating tricky slopes, and surviving in conditions that would destroy most Earth-bound machinery. Every day it spends on Mars is a testament to the engineering marvels that went into building it. Then there's the matter of communication. It's not like Perseverance can just pick up a phone and call home. Signals from Mars take anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes to reach Earth, depending on the planet's positions. This delay means the rover has to be pretty independent, using onboard computers to make real-time decisions about where to go and what to do. It's like giving a robot the freedom to explore a whole planet, a mix of thrilling and nerve-wracking for the scientists back on Earth. One of the most exciting aspects of Perseverance's mission is its role in the upcoming Mars Sample Return project. NASA and the European Space Agency are teaming up to fetch those sealed tubes of Martian rocks and soil. The plan is to send another spacecraft to Mars to grab the samples and bring them back by the early 2030s. If all goes well, these samples could answer some of the biggest questions we've ever had about Mars. Was it ever alive? What does its geology tell us about the planet's history? And perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe? Perseverance's contributions go beyond science and technology. They've captured the public's imagination. People around the world have followed its path, cheered for Ingenuity's flights, and marveled at the stunning images and sounds sent back from Mars. It's a reminder that even in a world full of challenges, humanity can still achieve incredible things when we aim for the stars, or in this case, another planet. As Perseverance continues its mission, it's paving the way for the next era of exploration. Its data will guide future missions, whether robotic or human, and help us prepare for the monumental task of living on another world. Whether it's finding traces of ancient life or testing technologies for survival, this rover is setting the stage for humanity's next giant leap. And who knows, maybe one day humans will stand in Jezero Crater, looking down at the tracks left by this remarkable machine and thinking about how it all started. As Perseverance finds more on Mars, strange things on the planet still leave scientists with many questions. The magnetic past that Mars left behind. Mars has always been that strange neighbor in our solar system, full of surprises that keep scientists scratching their heads. One of the biggest questions is methane. On Earth, this gas usually comes from living things or geological activity. But on Mars, no one can say for sure. The methane levels aren't consistent either. They come and go, almost like the planet is teasing us with clues. Some think it's from microbes hidden under the surface, while others blame natural chemical reactions. Still, the lack of a clear answer makes you wonder, what's really going on beneath that red dust? Then there are those strange plumes that were spotted back in 2012. Rising 155 miles above the surface, they're way too tall for typical weather patterns. Dust storms? Maybe. Auroras? Possibly. But no one's nailed it down. Whatever's causing these sky-high phenomena, it's definitely not normal, and it's raising eyebrows about Mars's atmospheric quirks. Speaking of weird, let's talk about the so-called spider formations. Found in the southern regions, these creepy web-like shapes appear when carbon dioxide ice sublimates, carving out strange channels in the dirt. It sounds simple enough, but the exact process still isn't fully understood. What's causing the ice to behave this way, and why only in certain places? The answers remain elusive, and these spider-like patterns are just another reminder that Mars likes to keep its questions. And how about Mars' split personality? Its northern hemisphere is all smooth plains, while the southern half is rugged and covered in craters. It's like looking at two different planets smashed together. Scientists suspect a colossal impact billions of years ago might be the culprit, but evidence is thin. If it did happen, why hasn't more proof turned up? The planet's history seems to be written in code, one we've yet to crack. Mars' magnetic field, or lack of one, is another head-scratcher. Instead of a protective shield like Earth's, Mars has scattered magnetic patches across its crust. These suggest the planet once had a global magnetic field that strangely vanished billions of years ago. Why did it disappear, and what does that mean for any life that might have existed there? It's a haunting question that no one's been able to answer. Then there's the riddle of those seasonal dark streaks on Martian slopes. Known as recurring slope lineae, they show up during warmer months and fade when it's cold. At first, it seemed like flowing water might explain them, but newer studies lean toward dry, sliding grains. Either way, these streaks don't fit neatly into any known explanation, leaving scientists guessing. Let's not forget the towering dust clouds discovered by the MAVEN spacecraft. These clouds hang out at heights between 93 and 186 miles, defying expectations in an atmosphere so thin. What's kicking up dust that high, and why? It's just another unsolved piece of the Martian question that keeps experts on their toes. Mars may be our closest planetary neighbor, but it's anything but simple. From its bizarre atmospheric events to unexplained geological features, the red planet continues to challenge everything we think we know. Are these questions clues to past life, hidden processes, or something entirely unexpected? One thing's for sure, Mars isn't giving up its answers easily. Is Mars truly a barren wasteland? Or could this footage hint at life NASA isn't ready to confirm? Share your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.